Hello everybody, I'm Jimmy the Saint. Welcome back to ARK Survival Evolved. I kind of wanted to show you guys what we've been working on since we left the old base here. This is our new base. It's in a little valley, a little secluded, but there's still some interesting things that happen from time to time. I'll give you guys a little peek at our base here. It is a pretty big base BB's been working on. I've been running out gathering all the materials. BB's been building it. He got one of the super chickens or thunder chickens or whatever you call them. I can't quite pronounce their name. It's anyways, it's the big bird. He had a couple of pteranodons, but they didn't survive. I'm not going to talk about that. So he's got a little helipad here. He's got the H marked on it so you can see it from way up high, which is useful for me whenever I'm out screwing around. Although I don't have any flyers yet, but still. I wanted to throw this T-Rex skull and T-Rex arms in there. Apparently my dinosaurs killed a T-Rex overnight while I was asleep. So I woke up today. They were all moved around and they had T-Rex bones on them. You can see where BB's been working on some new additions here to the base. This is the second story here, and then you drop down in here into the first floor where we've got all our storage, you know, weapons, narcotics, tools, saddles, armors, and then all of our building materials, obsidian, charcoal, hides, etc., wood, stone, all that. And then we got all our crafting stations over here for metal or smithy, and got a bookshelf for all of our blueprints we've been finding. We spent a lot of time on this. I got a bunch of preserving bins over here filled with meats we've been working on. As a matter of fact, now that I think of it, I need to actually take some out and feed some of my dinosaurs. A couple of campfires, a mortar and pestle, and a cooking pot over here. So he dyed he made it kind of interesting. The building is made out of wood, but he made this center here thatch, so it kind of looks like a rug or something, and he dyed it purple. The guy's really creative. He's asleep right now, BB. He is asleep. One random BB. There he is right there. You can see his legs sticking through the floor. But he'll wake up. He'll come back on here in a little while whenever he gets back home. But this is our new base. We kind of got things separated. Mixtape has not been on in a while. I don't know where he's been or what he's been up to, but he has not been on in a while, unfortunately. But so basically, all these dinosaurs over here on this side are mine, and all the ones on that side are BB's. He's got some more parked behind the base. We have been really, really busy, and we got a lot of stuff done. We got a couple of Carnotauruses. I've got one. BB's got one. I've got a couple of Raptors. I think he's got 3 or 4 Raptors now. My little Delos, which I don't really use that much anymore, but they're, you know, they're still cool to keep around. They actually can fight pretty well. I've got them leveled up pretty well. Got a Triceratops and a Stegosaurus over here for gathering. And got an Ankylosaurus, which is awesome. I put some shades on him. He looks totally smart. I named him Knuckles in tribute to Sonic. Kind of what he reminded me of when I got him. But these dinosaurs I keep on this side are good for gathering things. The Ankylosaurus is good for gathering stone with its. I'll show you guys real quick. Its tail swipe is, boom, really, really good, and it can break up stone. Where the other dinosaurs can break up some things too, like trees, but this is the only one that I know of, at least, that can break up stone. I'll show you guys really quick here. He just runs up, boom, hits it. He also gathers berries. If you notice, I just gathered all the berries in the area when I did that too. So this is my new favorite because he can gather berries. With one big sweep, he just gathered like, what, 80, 90 berries? Maybe 100. And plus he gathered stone. If you hit trees, he gathers thatch and a little bit of wood. He's not the best, most efficient at gathering wood. I think that belongs to the mammoth is really good at that, but we have not got one of those yet. But that's probably next on our agenda is a mammoth. Got the Stegosaurus, which is really, really good at gathering berries. Also, it's good at hitting trees for thatch. The Triceratops is kind of like, it does all of those things. It can gather wood, it can gather thatch, it can gather berries, but it's nowhere near as efficient as the other two. So I've got my 3 pack herd right here. My 3 big pigs here. I got for pack herding. Got a scorpion. They're really quick, and what they are really good at is when they attack, they inject a toxin or like a neurotoxin into whatever you're attacking, and it puts them to sleep after 1, 2, 3 hits. How it depends on the animal, but it puts them to sleep for you, so you don't have to shoot them with trank arrows. It's another way of taming animals. It's especially good for taming larger animals. If you level them up really the right way, they can tank. They can just sit there and you give them a bunch of health. This one's not ready yet, but you give him a bunch of health, and then he can sit there and take damage while you are able to put him to sleep and tame a new animal. We got a couple of saber tooths very recently. They are amazing, very fast. I think they're probably faster than the raptors. If not, they're really, really close. But they, especially when you jump, I think they're faster than the raptors. But they are excellent at gathering hide. After you kill an enemy, you can attack it and gather meat or whatever. With most animals, they gather meat. The saber-tooths gather hide or keratin or chitin or whatever the animal drops. But that's most of my animals right there. That is all. Nope, I got one more. I got Eddie down here. Eddie, my Sarcosaurus. The gator down there, giant croc. Blue drop. I don't really need blue drops anymore. I've leveled up to level 35. I think I hit that last night. Yeah, level 35. So I'm after purple drops now. Got pretty much everything. We got a couple of crop plots. You can see some irrigation pipe we ran down there. So this is our little base here. It's in a canyon. Looks like a meteor hit here or something. There's a little pond. You got some fish. And it's fairly secluded. It's kind of safe for the most part. Every once in a while you'll get something that spawns in here while you're not around, and you'll sign in the next day, and you'll just find bones and stuff on your animals where they've gathered hide off of some animal that spawned in here. We get the occasional raptor, is usually what you see, but I guess it was a T-Rex because I got signed on this morning and there was T-Rex bones on one of my dinosaurs. They'd killed a T-Rex, I guess. So, anyways, T-Rexes are not that hard anymore. Now, once you get a Carnotaurus, you can pretty much take on most dinosaurs, especially if you've got a couple of raptors with you. The T-Rex is... Oh, don't make no mistake about it. A high-level T-Rex could probably still ruin me. But, most of the low-level ones I don't have to worry about now because of the Carnotaurus it's... If you build it right. Let me rephrase it. If you level it in a certain way. Like I've got him a bunch of hit points. He's 1,100 hit points, and then you just want to spend some on stamina if you want to ride it, and so it can keep attacking. And then you want to put as much as you can into melee damage. So the same holds true with raptors. You want to spend a lot. You don't have to spend as much on hit points, but you definitely want stamina. And you definitely want melee damage with them as well. They do the same thing with all of our Delos as well. I want to show you guys what BB's got. Of course, he's got the big thunder chicken up there at the top. But he has got his own saber tooth. We got right after I got mine. We went out and got him one because they are super cool. His looks cooler than mine. Here's his Carnotaurus. And he got an albino T-Rex. It's so awesome. We do not have a saddle for it yet. Neither of us are high enough level to craft a saddle. I'm going to grab that poop. Neither of us are high enough to craft a saddle for the big guy. But it's going to be amazing when we do. It's going to be amazing. He keeps all his raptors back here in the back. He doesn't have any plant eaters at all. He doesn't really like them. He had a scorpion, but it died fighting something. Oh, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. I'm sorry. It wasn't the scorpion that died. He's still got Michael Jackson back here. He hides him in the back. So we got some compost bins in the back of the house where you can throw the... Man, my brain just went dead. You can throw the feces, animal feces, dinosaur feces, whatever, in there with some thatch, and you get fertilizer over time. So we got a bunch of fertilizer for our crop plots, which I've got down there in the water. Oh, speaking of water, I need to drink some. I'm getting thirsty here. So, let's see. This has actually turned out to be a really good location. So it's like I said, it's fairly secluded. There's not a lot of danger here, so it allowed us to build up. But now the problem is where we're higher level. It's full of resources. There are rocks around. There's plenty of berries around. There's plenty of trees around. So it's pretty resource heavy. And there are fish down here to hunt to get some meat whenever you need some. There's the occasional piranha in here. Oh yeah, I forgot they changed that, didn't they? Now, your final attack with a spear on a fish actually impales it and keeps it on the spear. You can drag it around. That way, that's. Hang on, I gotta kill one of these guys again. Yeah, see? It impales it on the spear. Just get out of the water. You guys can see it a little better. That's kind of cool. That's a new feature. They just added that. So it's like you're dragging the fish around now. It actually looks like he's stuck on my hand. But anyways, oh, that's kind of that's funny looking. Oh, that glitched. Where did it go? Wow. Okay, did it decompose that fast or? Huh. All right, that's odd. That's not supposed to happen like that. Anyways, there's my other dinosaur down here, my Eddie, the croc. The crocodiles, is so far we're kind of far from the beach right now where we're at. We're gonna have to relocate him later when we go looking for underwater caves and try and get in a couple of megalodons. But that's our base. It's nice. It's in a good location. If you're interested in finding it, it is in the northern section of the map. And I wish I could point it out exactly, but if you see the three mountains there on the map, the three mountains, you can kind of go in between the three of them, and that little bluish dot is not exactly where we're at. We're just south of that bluish dot. That bluish dot is a little lake, a little pond. But where we are at in this canyon is just south of that. But this is if you wanted to spawn in, I think this is close, very close to North Zone 1 or North Zone 2 is really close to really close to where we're at. I think it's North Zone 2. If you spawn into North Zone 2, you're fairly close to here, but it's inland away from the beach a pretty good ways. So this thing does not want to disappear. So I'm just coming. Oh, actually, that's a pretty good drop. Actually, huh, chitin leggings. I'm glad I went to go get that. So that's actually we can get chitin, we can make it, but it's kind of still difficult to get chitin to repair. So we're still using leather or hide armor for the most part because hide is really easy to get, especially with a couple of saber tooth. But the chitin is still kind of hard to get because I think it only drops on scorpions. It's like I don't remember it dropping on anything else. And the scorpions where we're at, there are not that many of them around here, so you kind of have to go hunting for them to find them. They're up on a mountain. That's the best place to find them, but what we've been running into when we go up to look for them on the mountain is that we run into lots of other nasty things up there on the mountain instead. Hey, well, anyways, thanks so much for tuning in, guys, checking out our new base. I post a new video every day, so if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys again on the next one. Thanks for watching.